Well, with the absence of any kind of information on FM26 on the console, I carry on Football Manager 2024 on the console. All the PC players left FM24 behind weeks ago. Beyond furious. Well, welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer, and it's part 16. I'm managing Atletico Madrid. Yep, we're still trundling on with FM24. I know, nobody wants to really see it being played anymore, do they? But you know what? It's algorithms, it's YouTube. I have to put something up there. Let's have a look what's been going on. Okay, quite a few games being played since the Real Madrid game. I am trying to get this save kind of completed now, if you will. But after that Real Madrid game, it's all been shiny green dots. We've been conceding very, very few, although Las Palmas in the Spanish Cup quarter-final, we did concede 3 in that. We did win it 4-3 after extra time. We're doing okay. We had a couple of nice wins towards the end of the Champions League stage, which actually put us into the knockout stage to get into that last 16. And, well, we did draw Liverpool. Quite a few decent teams in there, to be honest, who didn't manage to get in the top 8. Liverpool being one of them. I think Manchester City were in there. Quite a few Arsenal. There's quite a few Premier League teams, unusually. But then we are in 2032 in game. So maybe these teams are not as big a giants as they once were. But anyway, in today's episode, we will be watching the UEFA Champions League knockout stage, and it's away first at Anfield and then at our place for the return leg. Bilbao in between. I will play off camera. You know the score by now. But yeah, 2 games now against Liverpool. Champions League. Can we get into the last 16? I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I mean, just looking at those shiny green dots, we should actually do a decent job. But when we come up against very, very good teams like Real Madrid, for instance, we do get beat. Although it was very slim. It was a 1-0. So, and we are still just about top of La Liga. But Real Madrid have got that game in hand. And I'm guessing they will probably go top at some stage. Okay, it's old graphics. It's old gameplay. And it's... we just plough on. What else can us console players do? We just plough on. 4th of November can't come quick enough. Yeah, no early access for us console players. It's a shame. We'll see in the dugout at Anfield. Okay, before we start, I have signed a new player. I forgot to tell you about that. Let's have a look. And it's a Steven Fabien, 24-year-old French. He's a wide centre-back, but can play on that left-hand side. Bogarts did get sold. Nobody else went. I had 1 or 2 offers in for players, but I knocked them all back. But Bogarts, he did go. So 6 foot, left-footed, and well, he's got the physicals to get up and down that side. So he starts today, and let's hope with a value of 88 million, he can, well, do a good job at the back and do a good job up and down that wing. Okay, so it's Caprile in goal. Back 4 of Fabian, Parola, Christensen and Gran. And the Barrios and Elliott are in midfield. Franco holding. And Benitez playing just behind Rodriguez and Amordion. And I have been playing Yildiz as my attacking midfielder. I think you did see that in the last episode. And he's been playing really, really well. Unfortunately, before this really, really important game, he got injured. So it is what it is. Let's get stuck into this game against Liverpool. A nice little draw or possibly a win would set us up nicely for the second leg. Okay, what kind of Liverpool team are we going to come up against here? I mean, any Liverpool team at Anfield with the Anfield crowd behind them, it's going to be difficult. We're playing in our blue and white kit today, so Don't get confused like I always do. Yeah, we're playing in blue and white today. If we can just hold them to a 0-0 or a 1-1, something like that would be absolutely fantastic. Well, definitely not a vintage Liverpool team, without a shadow of a doubt, and definitely not a vintage display from either team. Nearly 40 minutes on the clock before we get the first highlight. Okay, Hinsapi is playing the ball down that left-hand side for Liverpool. And Darwin Núñez is still playing for them in 2032. But it looks like they have got one or two new players. Darwin Núñez there fires well over the bar. Okay, we've had 4 shots, absolutely nothing on target, and the only 2 highlights we've had have been from Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold now plays a short ball there. Barrios picks that one up. Rodriguez slips the ball to Benitez. Benitez is in and he fires the ball into the top corner. And my word, was that some goal just before half time. And I must admit, when that happens to me, I usually call them JBHs, just before half time. When that happens to me, I'm furious. This time it's worked in my favour. A very loose ball from Alexander-Arnold, and it sets Benitez on his way. And Arno Tenas in goal has no chance with that shot from Benitez. And we do go into the half-time whistle there. 5 shots, only 1 on target. But how many times has that happened to me? Just the 1 on target, and it is a goal. So we are going to say that we please. Let's just have a look at see if there's any tiredness. Elliot and Franco both looking very tired. Do we make some changes or do we leave it? Not quite sure what to do there. I think we might make some changes actually. Let's bring Vranks on in midfield. He's still moaning and groaning. I did put him on the transfer list. No offers of note. And we'll bring Vermeeren in at... let's not have any tired players on the pitch at Anfield. That's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? Okay, well, I bet you're glad I put this game on camera. 70 minutes on the clock now. 2 more changes. Been no highlights. Both fullbacks been changed. Christiansen and Johnson coming on. 80 minutes on the clock now. This is definitely not a vintage Liverpool side, is it? Because ordinarily they probably would have steamrolled us. We're winning 1-0 with about, 10-15 minutes to go. Okay, Amarodian is tired and let's bring Kiliksoy on. Well, I've not changed the mentality in this game at all. We've just stayed on positive. I've not moved it at all. I've resisted the temptation to go more attacking. I've resisted the temptation to go more defensive. Ball's headed out there. Little bit of late pressure here from Liverpool. This is a very, very strange game. We've had next to no highlights, and 5 minutes before the end of the game, Liverpool do get an equaliser. That's a bit of a sucker punch, that, isn't it? But then again, we don't know how the game's been going because we've had no highlights. Very, very poor, that. Very poor indeed. Caprile there makes a dive. Not great. Okay, 3 minutes of time added on. Liverpool have turned up the heat there a little bit. 14 shots, 4 on target. But we do get a 1-1 draw. Can't be too disappointed with that. Let's get them back to our place. If this is not a vintage Liverpool team, we should be able to do them, shouldn't we? We're going to say please, I think. I'm not delighted, obviously, but I think I'm fairly pleased with that. A 1-1 at Anfield has got to be good at, at any time, isn't it, really? Okay, we've got Bilbao in the league now. Just going to nip off, play that one off camera, and then we'll be back for the return leg against Liverpool. We'll see you shortly. Well, a very tired display against 16th place Bilbao, but we did come out 2-0 winners. And let's hope that that game is not detriment to this game. Although, to be fair, I think we probably should be concentrating on La Liga rather than the Champions League. Because we ain't winning the Champions League. I don't think we're good enough. But let's try and get in the last 16, get a bit more dosh in the bank, and let's see what we can do against Liverpool. We are at home now. It's 1-1 from the first leg. And it's Caprile in goal, Fabian, Parola, Christensen and Gran at the back, Barrios and Elliott in midfield, Franco holding, Rodriguez and Amorodian up front with Benitez just playing behind them. Well, let's hope Liverpool don't bring their A game to Spain. Let's hope we can turn it on. And, well, it looks like we are in our home strip. Yes, we are in our home strip. So it's red and white stripes against the kind of purpley pink of Liverpool. Let's see if we can do this now. We need to really turn it on. But it is Alexander-Arnold who made that really bad pass and put Barrios in for that goal at Anfield. Ball's in the box and they've hit the post with that one. Elliott, Harvey Elliott, of course, is ex-Liverpool, so he'll be wanting to put on a show today, won't he? Well, half an hour on the clock now. I was going to say I hope we don't get a repeat of the first leg, but it looks like this is going the same way as the first leg. Very, very tight. We have had 5 shots, 3 on target, but it is still 0-0. And we're moving to 1 minute of time added on. Half-time whistle goes with just that one highlight once again. I'm going to say I'm disappointed this time, because I don't think this Liverpool team are the greatest Liverpool team ever. And we need to progress really into that last 16 just to give us some extra money, a little bit of stature, and maybe boost my profile a little bit. So we are going to say that we're disappointed. Let's have a look for any tiredness. We're not looking too bad in this game after that very taxing game against Bilbao. I did make 1 or 2 changes, by the way. So, for instance, Elliott didn't play. I think I changed both my full-backs as well. So we did a bit of rotation in that game, which, like I say, I mean, when we're playing in Europe, my focus is always Europe, which really it shouldn't be. We've got a chance of winning La Liga this season. It's a small, slim chance, but we have. And we're not going to win the Champions League. Maybe I should be concentrating on La Liga. Let's get stuck into the second half. We are on an attacking mentality. We've got 45 minutes to throw the kitchen sink at Liverpool and get through to the last 16. Okay, Szoboszlai now down that side. And ball is... Oh, I've seen those given for a penalty before now. Barrios, though, the scorer of the goal from the first leg, coming forward now. What can he do with this? He's got 3 players chasing him. Ball's played to Franco. It's in the back of the net. And that is a very, very nice first-time take from Franco. A lovely run from Barrios. He virtually ran, well, maybe 3/4 of the way up the pitch. Came out of defence. Slid the ball to Franco. And Franco hits it first time. And we are winning 1-0. And that is a very, very nice shot. Puts us 1-0 up. 2-1 on aggregate. Well, there's definitely a lack of quality in these 2 games, isn't there? We're 70 minutes on the clock now, and still nothing is happening. 4 changes: Bergvall, Vranks and Vermeeren coming on in midfield, and Christensen coming on at left full-back. Do I stay on attacking? Do I go to a positive mentality? I think it might be worth just dropping a little bit to positive, actually, because it's we don't really want to leave ourselves a bit short at the back, particularly with a bit of tiredness in there. Okay, you can see the 4 players trudging off there. So we have made the changes now. Vranks in midfield, plays the game to Vermeeren, and it is a little game of keep ball at the moment. Vranks going to play that all the way back to Krill in goal, and the ball comes out to Parola. Which way is he going to go with this? Plays it to Vranks. Nice little touch there. And Amorodian plays the ball to Gran. Nice little ball again. We're keeping ball here. This is very nice. And that is probably the worst end to a move I've ever seen in my life. That was pathetic. Okay, about 10 minutes of this game left now. I have dropped to a cautious mentality. I'm not going low block or anything like that. It never really seems to work. Bergvall now to Benitez. Ball hits somebody and it's back in the box again. It's a bit of head tennis going on. Bergvall once again plays the ball to Vranks, slides it to Christensen. Benitez turns and once again it's a corner, and Liverpool are just throwing any part of the body in front of the ball to just give them that little lifeline. Bergvall again now with the corner. About 5 minutes of this game left now, including time added on. Bergvall, he's thinking about it. He's doing a bit of time wasting. It's not going to work, mate. And Morodian there, I mean, heads the ball right up in the air, which I keep saying, head the ball down. Yeah, we don't want to see that. They are silly. 5 minutes of time added on now. Are we going to do Liverpool? It's been a very, very tight game over 2 legs, but we do actually beat them 1-0, and we find ourselves in the last 16 of the Champions League, where there will be some very, very good teams, including Real Madrid. We're going to give them a delighted now because obviously, you know, beating Liverpool at in any era is a very, very a big accomplishment. And there's one good reason for getting through to the last 16. We've been awarded 8.23 million for playing in that knockout stage. And the top 8 qualifying teams were AC Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle, Benfica, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona and Manchester City. So, and there's another 8 teams to be added to that, including Bayern Munich. So there's some very, very tough teams. Whenever the draw gets made, whatever draw it is, it ain't going to be easy. Quick look there at the league table. So we are top of the shop, 23 games played, 59 points. Real Madrid have that all-important game in hand on us. So if and when they win that, they will go on to 61 points. That'll put them 2 points ahead. But as you can see there, there's 3 teams with 5 wins out of 5. Us, Real Madrid and Villarreal. So Barcelona did draw one of their games. So they are trailing a little bit, but we all know how good Barcelona can be. Well, if you've stuck it through this episode, thanks very much. It's helping the algorithms on my YouTube channel no end. Because like I say, viewing numbers have dropped off a cliff a little bit. But anyway, it is what it is. We're still going to be playing FM24. Let's take this Atletico Madrid team as far as we can. Maybe we can win La Liga with them. It's going to be very tough Champions League because there's a lot of very good teams there. But we're getting the dosh in, aren't we? The dosh is rolling in from the Champions League. And you do need to be in that European competition. The Europa League is not much use financially. Champions League, however, that's where all the money is. And we are in there. We're in the mix for the last 16. Very, very important. Okay, I'm going to go and play some games off camera now. And, well, we'll probably be back for the last 16 of the Champions League. I've no idea who we're going to get, but it's probably going to be Chelsea, because we always draw Chelsea, don't we? The Gobby Gaffer and Chelsea, it goes together like fish and chips, doesn't it, really? Okay, whoever it is, it's going to be difficult. We'll see you very shortly.